Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Tonight we are going to discuss video games. Like, okay, I'm just going to jump into it. So, Naughty Dog. If y'all saw my short, you already know where I'm going with this. Their game, Interstellar, The Heretic, or whatever the hell, it it looks like it's going to be awful. It sounds like it's going to be awful. It's their next girl boss thing. It's given me the Last of Us in space vibes. I mean, it's just going to be another Mary Sue. Who anyway? That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to break down this game. I might do a trailer review later, but what I am here to talk about is everyone at Naughty Dog crying because they have to work 40 extra hours due to lack of progress. The lack of progress is the fact that they've been working on this game for over 4 years and don't have a working demo for it. Okay? Like, 4 years. We used to get whole video games in three. Three. And you're telling me you can't even get a working demo in four, possibly five? I mean, video games have gone to shit. And, shout out to my boy A Drink with Crazy because he's the one that got me thinking about all this. Because, he, he did this whole breakdown and, like, kind of did a little meltdown about it. And, I mean, for good reason. For good reason. Because, okay, like, you have these awesome developer, well, used to be awesome developers like Naughty Dog crying because they have to work 40 extra hours because they suck. I mean, there's a whole thing about it. Like, they're like, oh, how are we gonna get babysitters, or how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do that? Basically, they're crying because they have to go in the office an extra day. They can't just chill at home and do nothing and get paid. But they're artists, so they're supposed to, I guess, be lazy bastards. I don't know. But anyway, you have these developers like Naughty Dog and Bethesda. I'm going to get into that too here in a minute. I mean, making bukus of money and producing slop and shit. But then you have the people that made that game Expedition 33 sweeping game awards, taking all of the awards, winning everything. And kudos to them because they put in the work. They were the ones working 80-hour weeks or what have you. They wanted to make a game that people enjoyed, and by God, they did it. And I mean, you have an indie developer putting out Expedition 33, which uh, took the game world by storm, and it was an indie game. And Naughty Dog can't even get out a damn demo. Whew. Okay, now over to Microsoft. Yeah, yep. Pansy asses. Okay, Bethesda put out a new patch breaking the Fallout 4 for like the eighth week in a row, I'm assuming. I mean, every time you turn around, they're releasing a new update that breaks the game in some way and makes it unplayable. I haven't played. I love that game. I love Fallout 4. I used to play it religiously. The reason I haven't is because the last 5 times I've tried to play that game, there's been some sort of issue. Like like whenever I first tried to boot it back up, I had to wait for the next gen update, and then after that, I had to wait for the Creation Club to get right so that I could play it. Anyway, I got to where I tried to load it up one day after they released a bug patch that was supposed to fix things, and the game wouldn't even load. So he's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'll wait. And I got to thinking about it the other day. I was like, well, maybe they've done it. Maybe they fixed it. I brought up the internet. They just released another game breaking patch. I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna wait till after season 2 of the show is over because they're going to keep releasing these updates to capitalize on the show, and all they're doing is pissing off their fan base. I mean, and then they released Skyrim yet again for the Switch 2, I think, and they've had nothing but problems with it. Come on, Bethesda. You know, y'all, they used to release several games on the same engine with, you know, like little tweak. Like, say for instance, Fallout 3. A couple years later, you had New Vegas. Yeah, Obsidian made New Vegas, but that's not the point. The point is like you used to have Crash Bandicoot 1, then 2, then 3. They were all on like the same version of the PlayStation with minor, you know, upgrade. What I'm saying is they used to come out with several different games on the same system, just with different stories, and it kept people happy. They just want something to play. They just want something to keep their mind going. They want a good story. Video games used to be more about story. Now they're about spectacle. They're about like, how do I improve on the graphics? No one cares. I mean, yeah, we want it to look good. We want it to be serviceable, but damn it, we just want another good story to follow. We don't care if, you know, it looks like the character's reaching out of the screen and force choking you. We just want a new story, following either the same character or some new characters in the same world. It's not that hard. Fallout 4 was released in like what, 2015, 2014. I mean, it was. What I'm saying is, it should not have taken almost 10 years for a new Fallout game. It shouldn't have taken like 10 plus years for the next Elder Scrolls game. I mean, yeah, we got the hot garbage 76 Fallout game. We got Elder Scrolls Online. I mean, those are all cool ideas, but they should not have been your focus. You should have been making the next good game with a good story, decent story beats, something to keep your fan base entertained. And instead, you're putting out shit. We have to turn to things like Elden Ring and all these other indie developers like Avalon and all these other games that aren't, you know, made by AAA studios because you guys dropped the ball. You're too worried about, you know, making it look pretty. Like, no one... Okay, Starfield, great gameplay. Pretty game if you have the system to run it. The story is lackluster. Like, the only reason I play that game still is because sometimes I just need some... You know, I need something that I don't have to pay attention to. I can fly around space and shoot shit. I can, you know, go... It's pretty much a time killer. Like, that's all it is. And... Oh, my God. But Bethesda has left it up to the fans to keep their games relevant. Like, you have Fallout London. That was awesome. The only bad thing is it takes modders several years to create these mods because they're small teams. They don't get paid for it. Maybe the Fallout London modders did because they struck that deal with GOG, which was awesome. But then you have Kingath, who released Sim Settlements 2, which gave that game so much more life. And... why are modders and people that aren't making anything off these games the ones having to keep them relevant? And while we're here on Bethesda, we're going to jump over to Undead Labs. Why did State of Decay, which I love those games. I love State of Decay 1. I love State of Decay 2. I am seething for State of Decay 3. That is my most anticipated game of like the last couple of years. Like, that's the one I've wanted to play. That is the one I'm gonna buy as soon as like day one when it comes out. Don't care. That is the one I'm gonna buy. And they released the announcement trailer like what 6 years ago, and then we find out that it was just a concept. It has nothing to do with the game. And then I see the trailers that they've started releasing now that they've got a working, you know, functional version of the game. There was no animals. And, you know, that's not even what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is the things that I got excited about whenever it came to that State of Decay trailer was the dynamic weather because there was snow. There's all kinds of things I'm hoping for in State of Decay 3. But at this point, I just want to be able to play it. Like, it sounds like you're going to have a relationship system, which is neat. Like, Undead Labs is in the same tier with me as CD Projekt Red. Because CD Projekt Red listened to their people. They knew they messed up whenever they released Cyberpunk in the state they did. And over the year or year and a half, like, they made it a top tier game. And then they just kept going. They made Phantom Liberty, which was amazing. That game turned into a massive peak level game. I'm still waiting on people like Bethesda to try something like that. I love Undead Labs. Well, the original Undead Labs. Now that they've got bought out by Microsoft, I hope it's the same people, and I hope they still take the same care and love with that game that they, you know, did originally. But we'll see. Now, the one thing I will say, the thing that gives me hope about upcoming games, because we've got nothing but slop for the past couple years, is the fact that Lara Croft is back. Oh yeah. In all of her glory. Like, she's doing the handstands. She's the original Tomb Raider that we all know and love. Don't get me wrong, I liked the Survivor trilogy. I think it was like Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Those were really cool. Like, I owned those. Like, I think I own them on the computer. I used to own physical copies of 2 of them on PS4. I don't remember which ones those are. But anyway, I love those games. I love them. Like, they were like a cool... It was like Batman Begins, but for Lara Croft. And, you know, they kept the character, at least mostly, you know, appealing. Because that was always that was one of Lara Croft's traits, is she was naturally beautiful. Well, the cartoon manified Laura. Yeah, like that whole Netflix Tomb Raider cartoon. She looks like a dude. It was disappointing, and the story wasn't even that good. I mean, I don't know. I've been so distraught with the video game industry, with all the DEI stuff and all the agenda pushing BS. Like, I don't care about any of that stuff. I just want to play a good game with a good story. Like, I liked the game. Like, some of it wasn't so deliberate, and it didn't, you know, jar me any. Like, I liked that game. Oh, you played as a character, Aloy, the redheaded chick. They came out with the second one that I never got to play, but I really wanted to. But the things that are exciting me is the next Tomb Raider trilogy. State of Decay 3, definitely. I hold out hope that Elder Scrolls 6, is going to be good. But I don't know. Like, I feel like they're starting to listen to the people, and they're starting to, you know, try to, I guess, do better, I guess. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, until we find out for sure, though. I mean, it is what it is. And I'm going to keep following these games. I'm going to keep trying to If anything interesting comes up, I will let you know. And, well, see y'all next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that cool stuff, if you will. And remember to hit the little bell thing, because if you don't, I'll drop a video and you won't even know. Alright, later y'all. I'm out.